Good morning. This is a video of, I guess you could call it the before. My upper level garden needs a makeover. I'm done pretty much picking everything that was ready, harvesting the food, and we are reorganizing it. The front area here, I'm thinking of putting an arch that would go from this side all the way up to this side for next year's cherry tomatoes. We're planning on doing raised beds all along here. There are going to be 5 of them, I believe, that are going to be 6 feet by 3 feet, give or take. Hubby trimmed the vine yesterday. It was over the vent, it was over the roof and going into the wires. This end here is going to be a high tunnel that I already picked out. Instead of a greenhouse, just question of budget. It should be about 10 by 8, and I think it's 7 feet tall, the one I picked. This is corn that's left from when I picked my corn. I kept a few stalks for Halloween decoration, leaving them dry. This area will be just divided in 2 parts. It will be the in-ground potatoes next year and probably some corn again. We really enjoyed eating the fresh corn this year. I still have to pick some of the butternut and the honeyboat squash. These are just tiny butternuts that are left. That's about it for this side. There is a little watermelon, and I do mean little. This tiny little thing, it won't do anything, but I'm letting it go anyway. So, yeah, that's the plan. We're going to be using 2x8s to do the boxes. Hopefully getting them today and getting started on that. This area here is going to be where the last raised bed will be, because from there on there's just not enough sun that reaches because of the big trees. It creates too much shade. So hopefully we get to start on that. This is all soil that we've kept aside from the big truck of soil we brought in the spring. There's a little bit there too to fill the raised beds we're going to be building here. And I'm already planning on paper what I'm going to plant where. The compost is also going to be in a different spot. I'll be taking it onto the side of the house where most of my veggies are, so that I don't have to walk around with all my compost all the time. Probably here. I'll be putting the 2 bins and building or getting a third one so that we have a 3-port compost, because 2 ports it's just not enough. Here I had some peppers that I've collected. They were spent, they were done, so I picked them out. The kohlrabi's all been harvested and preserved. This is the lemon drop peppers. It's a fairly hot pepper. It's a yellow pepper. They're turning yellow, but so slowly. I'm not sure what's going on with those. They look like they're getting darker. I don't know if there's a mix-up in my seeds, and some of them are going to be yellow and others red. I'm not sure. The bell peppers, I've collected quite a few of them. There's still some. And this is the orange when it gets to maturity. This one I picked, there's only one little one left on it. And I believe the same for this one. Nope, there's still a couple of big ones on that one. Just waiting for them to turn red. I've already collected some for green. These are my chili peppers and my cayenne peppers. Oh, it looks like some of my cayenne are ready to be picked. I've already picked some and put some in the freezer to dehydrate to make my cayenne powder. That's a little batch of carrots. I picked out there was, I believe it was broccoli here. This is the mortgage lifter tomatoes. These are my loofahs. They're really doing pretty good. I've got quite some good size ones. Hopefully they make it to maturity so I can actually use them. This is a couple eggplants left. Cherry tomatoes are going a little bonkers. That's what I'm hoping to put on a trellis next year. This is spinach. Malabar spinach. It's a climbing one. It's really nice. I like the thickness of the leaves. It's very, very crunchy. This is my second batch of peas that I started. Apparently something's been eating it. Hopefully it leaves the rest alone. I've got a little bit of baby spinach there I started. And because this is where all the beans were, I've already canned all 52 jars. These are beets that I just started a few weeks ago that are hopefully going to make it to maturity. We'll see. Doesn't matter. And this is all my sauce, tomatoes, the Amish paste. I've already picked a little over 100 pounds and processed. I made sauce and salsa. The grass is long. I need to get to that. My cherry tree, for some reason, my cherry bush is just, I'm not sure what's going on with that. I'm going to have to look into it, see what's going on. I don't know if it's normal that it's yellow already at this time of year. I've got so much weeding to do. Blueberries are all done and already processed. I have some blackberries that are coming up. I didn't think I'd get any because it's their first year. I planted them this year, but it looks like I just might at least get enough to taste anyway. The little apple tree's doing okay. This apple tree too, doing pretty good. Here is a watermelon. Got one there. It's pretty small. We'll see what happens. It's just trials. These are another type of melon, but it never did anything. I'm just leaving it because the bees really love the flowers. So it keeps the bees around. And this is called mashed potato squash, and that didn't do anything either. The thing is, some of these I wound up having to transplant because they were dying where they were. Apparently, they're climbing all the way up the fence too, but they don't seem to be wanting to produce anything. I think moving them just kind of did too much damage. So, yep, that's about it. Next year, I'm hoping I don't need to plant quite as many tomatoes. Have to wait and see. They're starting to die back, but I'm still got quite a lot in here. We've had a few cold nights and a lot of rain, and the rain is great, but there's only so much that the tomatoes need before they start splitting, which is what's happening. So I'm picking them not quite ripe lately and setting them up on the table to finish ripen because the slugs, there's a lot of slugs because of the rain. Well, it's still early in the season anyway. I mean, even if we're in August, end of August, there's still quite a few weeks to go before the frost, so a lot of these should have a chance to. It looks like one fell down there. It's intact. I'm surprised. Must have just fallen. They're really pretty. I love the stripes on them. And my lonely celery that survived transplanting. Again, it's all plants that I had to move. This is a cauliflower. It's still going, so I'm leaving it go for now. So, yep, that's about it for now. Hopefully we get started on the other part of the garden. It's so peaceful this morning. The grass is long. I haven't had a chance to really get at it. The weeds are bad. I shouldn't be filming this. The weeds are so bad. The vines too. They're climbing up in the trees. I gotta do a big cleanup of those. But hey, you know, we only do so much in one day. My zinnias are still doing good. They are so big. That's a polar bear. This is the Macarena. I love the colors in it. This is the Queen Lime Blush, if I remember well. Everything else seems to be just covered in weeds. I'll get to it. It's just been a lot of rain lately. Everything is wet. I can't even walk on that part of the grass because it's just soaking wet. I'm just going to sink down. So we're starting our vacation this week. 2 weeks off from work. So that'll give me some time to work on the yard. For those who are curious, I work in that part of my home. It's a dog grooming. It's attached to my home, so I work basically from home. That whole area of the house is my business. So I guess I'll do another video as soon as everything is done here to show the after. Thanks for watching.